Hey, what's up YouTube? Cameron here from Team Banger Strips today doing another card discussion video, and today's card is Pot of Duality. Now, everybody knows what this card does. It's been reprinted for almost a year now. It's so easy to get a hold of, yada yada yada. But just in case you don't know, you play this card, you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You select one of those cards, you add it to your hand, you shuffle the other 2 back into your deck, and then you cannot special summon that turn. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know what these sound effects were needed for, but I did it anyway. So yeah. Anyway, that's what the card does. It's probably the most consistent, broken-ass card in the game. And everybody I should play it. No, I'm just kidding. Some decks don't need this card. But, anyway. So, we all know what the card does. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the strategy of this card. Because a lot of players make the mistake of playing this card when they shouldn't. And not playing the card when they should. I'm going to be using 2 decks today for the, examples. One of those decks is going to be Agents, and the other one is going to be Gadgets because I'm a little more familiar with both of those decks, so that's why we're using those decks. And you know, we might throw Blackwings in there too, because Blackwings, they need Pot of Duality. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Basically, the strategy, this is my strategy for the card, and I know a lot of people follow the same strategy. Because I play Agents, I play Duality when I'm going for resources. Typically, what I do with Duality is, and that's why I only run 2, because 3 can mess me up, is I'll play my Agents, I'll get my Shine Balls out, I'll get my Hyperion out, or, and then I'll start playing the Duality to go to resources. I use this card to get into resources. And I also use this card for when I have a bad hand. Say I draw 2 Shine Ball, a Birdman, a Hyperion, and a MST, the Duality. Well, obviously I need to play that Duality to make my hand, try and get something better going, shuffle my deck, get a little bit more, make my draws a little more consistent. That's typically the kind of play you want to use him for. Or, I'll do this a lot often. I'll search with Earth, and then I'll also play the Duality, just for a little bit more consistent. That's typically how I use Duality. And late game going for resources, like I said, like MST, Dark Hole, stuff like that. That's how I use Duality. That's typically the strategy most people follow. Now, Gadgets, they can pretty much play Duality whenever the hell they want. They don't special summon very often. Unless, of course, you're talking about offering Gadgets, because, offering Gadgets exceed summons like crazy. And typically they follow the same strategy as well. They play Duality when they're going for resources. Now, Gadgets follow that rule very closely because Gadgets, their attacks are so small, and they, of all decks, need to really go into get their resources out as fast as they possibly can. Smashing ground, what have you. They need that. And so typically you'll see decks like them running 3. Now a lot of decks, like mine, run 2 because they can special summon and they can bring monsters out so fast that they don't need this kind of card clogging their hand up. Oftentimes I don't even really play the card that much, but it's in there for the consistency, and that's what you need it for. I don't play straight Agent, so my deck doesn't, special summon as much. It's more of it searches a lot, and it synchros and exceeds a lot. Typically, Agent decks, like straight Agent decks, they hit the field really hard, and they get out big monsters really fast. Those are straight Agent decks. That's why they're so good. Then you got, let's talk about Blackwings. Blackwings, they're probably one of the most underdog decks in this format, just because they don't have a lot of the cards that they used to, like Gale's at 1, Colors at 1, Whirlwind's at 1. I personally think that Whirlwind should go back to 2 this coming format. It would help that deck out so much. But yeah, they also have Zephyr, stuff like that. So Blackwings are more of a control deck now, so they use this card really, they abuse this card. Now I know, you're probably thinking, for those of you who are familiar with the game, in a sense that you know what the decks are, but you don't understand them completely. You're thinking, well, Blackwings do special summon a lot, Cameron, so what do you, why would they use this card as much as you say they do? Well, that's not true. True, Boric and Gale special summon from the hand, but oftentimes what you'll find in Blackwings are they're controlling the field. They try to set the field up, and then they control it. So when they get the control of the field, they start playing Duality. And they start drawing into Collude. They start drawing into the Whirlwind. They start drawing into Bayou, Icarus Tech, all those kind of things. And Blackwings can typically have bad first hands. So they use Pot of Duality to make their hand a little more consistent. And that's basically how you play Duality. It's It's an easy strategy, but a lot of times players always make the mistake of playing Duality when they shouldn't. And it doesn't make them a bad player. It just they don't understand. I'm not calling anyone a terrible player because I've done it. I've done it several times. I had the habit of playing Duality and then immediately special summoning after I played it. I did that a lot. Just I don't pay attention. I've made a bad habit of doing that in the past, and that's what you learn from your mistakes. That's how you work in this game. That's how the game works. That's how anything works in life. You learn from your mistakes. So hopefully, what I've taught you guys today is extremely helpful. And for those of you who saw that I missed something in the video, feel free to comment and please correct me on anything that I've said that was incorrect. I always appreciate that, guys. And as always, thanks for watching. See you guys later.